Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. I got three great guests during today's program. Tyler Russell from the Better Business Bureau, otherwise known as the BBB.
Yes.
Yeah, that stands for Better Business Bureau, right?
It does.
Not Better Body Buildup or something like that. Okay.
No.
I'm giving Tyler a bad time, and he will get back at me during the program, I'm sure.
Yes.
And then Tyson West from and Jana Roberts from Adult and Teen. Excuse me. Is it the Adult and Teen Challenge? Okay. I always want to get it reversed. Sorry. We're going to talk about something that they've got coming up, I think, and they're a great program. You should hear the results that they have. And then Dave Lucas is going to talk about the Stand Down program coming up in Spokane, and we covered some of that yesterday, and we'll cover some more of that in today's program as well. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk with Tyler.
We believe every person is created in the image of God with immeasurable beauty and worth, that people should not be defined by their present condition or past mistakes. We are all broken. We need each other. Healing for our brokenness begins with connection, with understanding how much we are loved by a good God. And with healing comes change, the potential for joy and meaning. No one was created for mere survival on the streets, for an existence blurred by mind-numbing substances. Each person is created with a purpose, a unique gift no one else can offer the world. Our job is to help them rediscover it. Real people, real change. Union Gospel Mission.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Hi, this is Kurt Stockwell with Well Dressed Walrus. We are a local website design and development company here in Spokane. What we do is build beautiful, usable websites for local businesses. A website needs to be beautiful, it needs to be usable for your users, your customers, and yourself. Contact us anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your online marketing.
Well, welcome, Tyler Russell. Yeah,
I love it.
You like me to make a mistake. Well, then I've got a Tyson West coming up after this. I mean, it's Tyler and Tyson and then Dave Lucas. Dave, that's.
It should be easy to remember.
I know. Well, you haven't been here. Have you been here since we moved?
Yeah, once.
Okay.
One time. Once.
Okay.
I know. I apologize. Yeah.
Well, welcome to the new sets and everything else.
It's spectacular in here. I absolutely love it.
We have a great team that painted everything and so forth. So Better Business Bureau.
Yes.
What's going on with the Better Business Bureau? Because we just finished the holiday season.
Yes.
Okay. So what can we expect now?
Well, you could have returns. You could have a lot of things going on, but right now, of course,
and nothing to return. Nobody gave me anything.
Oh, really?
I got what I deserve.
Well, you got. I heard about your cat, and your cat's in one piece again.
Yes,
which is,
yes.
Which
well,
is
a trip
so
to the vet
nice.
and $519 cures the cat.
It does work really well. Now, what's happening? What's happening right now is that, of course, we do have. We want to make sure that people are giving wisely. We have the events happening in Australia, happening in Puerto Rico, and then also in the Philippines. We want to make sure that people are giving wisely and knowing where exactly their donations are going towards. Now, of course, make sure that you understand who, where, what, why, and when. Where are your donations going?
Yes.
How are they being used? And understanding.
And there are a lot of fake charities out there too, aren't there?
We see not just fake charities, but we also see fake like Kickstarter campaigns.
Yes.
We see a lot of information out there and misinformation out there. So we want to make sure that people have
What
that
on
right
the internet?
information.
Misinformation?
It seems very surprising. I know. It seems like there's not a lot of good information out there. But yes, what we've done, of course, Better Business Bureau has our charity arm, which is, of course, Giving Wisely and our Giving Wisely Alliance as well. So if you, of course, go to our website, give.org, you can find out about charities and also accredited charities that are available to you. If you get those either an email, maybe you get it in the mail or even a text message or even a phone call, and you want to be able to find out more information about what's going on and what this charity is all
Because
about.
they're just going to tell you what they want you to know.
They want to be able to have you react and almost impulsively go and give
emotional
donations.
buy and all of that,
exactly.
yes.
And so make sure that you're doing your research. Take some time to be able to understand where exactly these are going to, and also understand these newly created and already existing charities. There are scammers out there that want to go and create charities that look so very similar
Or
to
sound alike.
that sound exactly like the existing charities. So watch out for that. Make sure that also, and this seems like it's more of a digital rather than a charity,
Right.
but make sure that you have your information up to date on your computer so that those spam emails from maybe a potential charity that doesn't exist whatsoever goes into your spam folder. You can call it whichever you want.
Right.
That you don't get it on your main inbox.
We should be
in
doing
there.
that for businesses too, regular businesses. And I have to tell you that I knew you were coming on.
Okay.
And last night or the night before, I've been looking at hearing aids.
Okay.
What did you say? Okay. And I saw one that really looked interesting and so forth. And of course, they have all of the reactions from people and recommendations, and they probably figure out which ones to post. I'm sure
There is an algorithm, I think, out there.
Yeah.
I don't understand it because that's way beyond my understanding.
Guess where I went?
Really?
The BBB.
I'm glad you did.
I did, and I found out that they just a few months ago, October, were taken off the list, or taken off as an accredited BBB
Sure.
member.
Okay. So
That told me a lot.
People come and people go as being an accredited business,
Right.
and so that is somebody's choice. If they qualify for membership, that is absolutely great. And if they choose to be able to use their accreditation and become an accredited business, we thank every accredited business that, of
Right.
course, is part of the Better Business Bureau. And if they're no longer a part of being an accredited business, and that's their choice. We want to make sure that people like yourself are doing your research and going and finding out, seeing what other customers' experiences through the review process, or even seeing complaints and seeing how that business responded as part of the complaints. Now, did you do your research? Did you decide on where you wanted to go?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
But that one got checked off my list because it had been taken off by BBB.
So we see a lot of our accredited businesses that they want to subscribe to a higher level of trust. They want to make sure that they are doing trustworthy things. It doesn't necessarily mean that businesses are not trustworthy that are not accredited businesses, but we know that those businesses that are becoming accredited businesses with Better Business Bureau are making that commitment.
So it doesn't necessarily mean they were bad.
No, it doesn't necessarily
How do
mean
I
they're
know
bad.
the difference?
You have to, looking at the different customer experiences that are on there. Our review process is, we make sure that we vet our reviews and make sure that we know those reviews have been a marketplace transaction, that people have come in and actually had an experience with that business. They don't just say, hey, I walked in, didn't do anything, and walked out the door. We want to make sure that those are legitimate reviews and, of course, also complaints that are available.
Well, I'm not quite ready to buy. I'm just starting the process to go through, but it surprised the heck out of me because they had all the features and a new hearing aid out that worked off the phone and everything else. I thought, this really sounds great.
Yeah.
And then I go and they've been taken off, and I thought it said by BBB.
I'm not sure. I couldn't say it.
Yeah,
I
I don't want to
business,
mention the name because I don't want to get either of us in trouble and have people from Seattle call you. Yeah,
but you're doing the right thing. You're doing your research, and we also we can't tell you which businesses to go to and not to go to. You need to be able to make that decision yourself.
Right. But
and
you're providing.
We have the tools, we have the information available so that you can make the best buying decision for yourself.
What's going on in student scholarships out there?
We're really excited, and our scholarship program has evolved over the last few years. And one of the great things that we're doing is, of course, we're not just giving one scholarship, we're giving away multiple scholarships. And some of these scholarships could be
the
for writing.
BBB?
I'm not specifically, but Better Business Bureau is
okay.
definitely giving it away. So we have a $5,000 scholarship
Ooh.
for a video. If people want to be able to go and shoot
Okay.
a 3-minute video.
Did you hear that, Vinny? We can put together a video and send it in.
I don't know. Is he a senior or junior in high school?
Uh,
We can pretend that he is.
my level of jokes are. Does that qualify?
No, that would not. Unfortunately, it does not. We also, of course, have scholarships for a writing component of it as well. And of course, the deadline for submissions is March the 16th, 2020.
Okay.
We want to be able to.
Is this what you've been doing annually?
We have done it annually. Each year, it's kind of changed and evolved.
Sure.
We want to be able to give away more funds so that students can position themselves to be able to maximize.
How about senior students, like senior age-wise?
I was going to say seniors such as yourself. I don't want to paint you into a corner and saying that you are a senior. You might be a senior.
I'm more than
You're
a
close.
senior.
You're close. But
from senior to dead, I'm somewhere in between, bud.
somewhere in there. You're between the graduating high school and getting ready for retirement. You will retire at some point, won't you?
They
Maybe.
keep telling me I might.
They keep strongly encouraging you.
Yes,
to go
yes,
and do
a
that.
lot of, especially staff here at the station. Yeah.
So applying is absolutely free. It's really,
Okay.
really easy. You can go to bbb-scholarship.org. All the information is on there, and you can, of course, go to our YouTube page and go see some of the former video submissions. I know we awarded one of them at a Portland Trailblazers game, which was really, really cool.
Fun!
It was really neat, and so we were really, really happy that we're able to be able to give these funds for students that need it to have their post-secondary education be a little bit easier, because there are some amazing students out there that are doing some great stuff.
No, you're absolutely right, and that's why we started Youth Spotlight a few years ago, because I was tired about reading in the paper and seeing on TV the negative stories out there about youth today, and we have so many that are accomplishing great things. In fact, we've got a couple coming up in the next few weeks we're going to be doing programs on, and people will be astounded by the talent that is available in our area.
For sure.
One more time before we go to break is, how do they find out more about everything the BBB is doing?
So if you want to find out about accredited businesses, you went there already, bbb.org.
That's a hard one to remember.
It is really, really tough. Also, of course, the scholarship, bbb-scholarship.org. And if you think you've been scammed, you know somebody that's been scammed, you can go to bbb.org/scam.
But they can still go to bbb.com. .org and find all of that just by the search. And
we have so much information there. Please go out there and use it.
It's called information overload. Thanks. Okay. Good to see you again.
Appreciate your time.
Haven't seen you since last year.
I know, that's true.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
This is Bloomsday in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Bloomsday.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate, but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Bloomsday wouldn't exist.
All up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
I'm Nikki Butler, and I'm a regional manager for STCU. My lunch buddy is Nicole.
I'm Brandy Schloss. I'm a regional manager at STCU. My lunch buddy is Angelina. She's grown up with me. I've grown up with her. To see her graduate will be a lot of fun.
Brandy and I have been lunch buddies since the girls were in second grade. It's great that STCU provides me with the opportunity to be part of Reach for the Future. We are committed to the children. We're committed to our community. I'm Nikki.
I'm Brandy.
And STCU is here for good.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
Well, welcome back. Adult and Teen Challenge is a really great program here in Spokane. I've had a chance to talk with Tyson before, and the things they do are just remarkable. You really do great work. But Tyson is here, and Jana Roberts is here to talk about every time we have a nonprofit, and I've been in nonprofits as an executive director and all that, it comes down to finding funding out there and raising money. And you've got an event coming up.
We certainly do.
Yes.
We are very excited. Last year we opened up our Bowl-a-thon, which had about a 12-year run to the community.
Ah, okay.
And
you left us out?
Well, let's just say new ideas came in the door, so you're now in. But it's been very fun. We had over 109 bowlers turn out for the Bowl-a-thon last year. So I looked at the bowling alley manager and said, I'm going to take the whole thing next year. And he said, fill us up.
Wow.
So we have the ability to put 25 community teams together, and we have about 6 committed. So it's one of those things that if you'd like to
You've
join
got
us,
a few more spaces. Let's get this going, girl.
Absolutely.
Come on. So when is it well, let's take a step back and talk about Adult and Teen Challenge and what it is and why this is important. Let's create the reason for doing this. And what is it that the organization does?
Absolutely. I'll let Tyson take that away.
So we're a faith-based residential long-term recovery program here in Spokane. We serve men.
Yeah.
And right now we have 31 guys in our program. And addiction it's a community problem, right? And
we hear about it.
We hear about it all the time. And so to combat against it, it's going to take community involvement as well. And so this is a good opportunity to come together as a community to fight back. You know, we have 31 guys in our program. Those are guys that come from different walks of life but made that decision. You know what, I'm done with that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And we see guys transformed, finding freedom, everlasting freedom through our program.
Yeah. And this is a program, and you come from an experience with this, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. I came through the program May of 2011.
Yeah.
And I haven't left. So
yeah.
It's been about 8 years.
Yeah. This is not an overnight program where they come in and spend a couple of I'll be better and raise their hands and go home. And this is an intensive long-term program. And why is that?
Guys are relearning how to live life, you know, learning how to live in community, learning how to work, learning how to stay clean and sober, learning how to have fun, clean and sober. It takes a long time to really to reprogram your mind and your life.
Yeah, it does. It does. From everything I've heard from your talking before and to talking with others in the community, and sometimes we want the simple solutions and answers, and that's not really what works in so many cases.
Right, and a lot of times when you're caught in addiction, you want the quick fix.
Yes. I want to get over this and be good by Saturday.
That's right, but with recovery, it's a long-term, it takes you a while to get into that position.
How long usually does it take to recover?
It's different for every person. You know, for me, I was struggling with substance abuse for 20 years.
Wow.
And I entered 14 programs total, inpatient and outpatient and detox programs. And so really it takes what it takes, but I needed that long-term residential recovery program where counselors were pouring into me, where there was support from other guys that were going through the program, and then the faith factor. That's really what changed my life, and that's what we have to offer.
Yeah, I'm hearing that from several faith-based organizations in town, that it takes longer, and the faith-based is really part of that. And we've had some people on from Union Gospel Mission and other places who share their stories, and incredible where they've come from and what they're doing now.
Yeah.
And so you guys are doing that
it's
too.
Possible. Yeah,
it is possible.
Yeah.
And that's the message. It's possible.
Yeah.
And you have the people to help do that. So now we know what we're up against. We know the possibilities. It works, right? How did you get involved in this?
Well, I started out as a volunteer. I came in 2017 to just help Tyson with one event. We were going to do the banquet, as it was
it's always just one little thing, right?
One thing.
Yeah.
And it just kind of became a place where my husband and I both found home.
Okay.
You know, for us, we've had family members that struggled with addiction, but
Okay.
it didn't touch our personal lives per se. But it has come to be a place where we both are able to pour back into the community.
Oh, beautiful.
And a year ago, November, I was brought on staff to be the development coordinator, and
Okay.
it's just been an absolute amazing partnership. You know, I didn't have a background in development, but I'm learning
But you
as I
learned,
go.
didn't you? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I started working as a fundraiser, as a volunteer, when I was 18. And because I went to the Y, I'd been very involved, this is in Southern California, and said, what are all those people doing in there? Well, they're having a fundraising meeting, and they're going to go out and ask for money. And so it was like at the second meeting of a 4 or 5 week program, and I said, well, I've got friends, I can do that. A free meal? Why not, right? You know, it sounds like fun. And we did, and we pretty much equaled, after about 2.5 to 3 weeks, what the adults were doing in fundraising after they had been doing it for the full 5 weeks, which was kind of, in fact, we were used as a challenge. If these kids over here can do it, you can do it. So we were used in that way too, which was fine. So I've been raising funds in one way or the other for 50-some years, and have enjoyed that. You learn a lot. What I think is important is to find the passion in the people that you talk to, and how they can connect to an organization. That really makes the difference. Let's get back to how can people sign up? What's involved? If I'm going to pull together a team, what do you require of me? How does that happen? Who do I need to tell?
All right. Well, it's a really simple process. The best way to do it is just go online to spokane.pins4hope.com.
Wow.
So it's kind of a bit catchy there.
Yeah.
And then you can register as an individual or a team.
Okay.
So if you can pull together 4 to 6 coworkers, friends, families,
Who are
neighbors,
willing to put up with me, yeah.
Yep, pretty much. You can come together. And then the fun thing about this is it's a community crowd fundraiser.
Yes.
And that's a little bit different type of fundraising. Okay. So, you know, you think about the big gala event, that's kind of a purpose of everybody spending their money the night they're there.
Right.
But with a crowd fundraiser, you're actually going back to kind of the, I'm trying to think, the popcorn sales maybe is a good way to identify it, is you're asking all of your friends to contribute $5, $10, $15, $20 if
and
they
it starts
can.
to add up.
And it does. And Spokane is such an amazing community when they come in together for support. Last year we had a goal of $10,000. I opened my computer an hour and 45 minutes into this event. We were sitting at $18,000. By the end of that night, we were over $20,000.
Wow.
So we doubled our budget.
Good for you. So what are you going for this year?
We were smart. We only upped it to 22. So we'll see what Spokane will bring us
you're
to.
going to play it safe. That's what you're going to do. Okay. So let's double it this year.
Hey, I'm all for that.
Looks better when you sit with the boss too, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's right.
Especially with our bigger boss. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Again, let's tell people how they can sign up and learn more about this.
So registration is at spokane.pins4hope.com.
All right.
And then they can also call into the Adult and Teen Challenge office and talk to me directly if they're having trouble.
Can they go to the regular website and get there that way too?
Yes, it's under the events link, I believe, on the main website.
Right. Okay. Because people come different ways. Yes.
Sounds like you're a good fundraiser. I think maybe you should put together a team.
Well, yeah, but do you really want me out there showing how I bowl?
Well, see, that's the beauty of it, Kent, is we have the You Suck a Lot award for those of us like you and I.
Well, why don't you just award it now and save a lot of trouble and my back and everything else, too. Yeah, this is great. And both of you, you do a great job. You have a great staff. You have volunteers that care. That's obvious. That's right. That makes the difference.
Yes.
And we can complain about homelessness and everything else out there, but there are ways that we can help. You know, whether it's Family Promise or UGM or your program, there's some good things going on. Instead of pointing the fingers it's not working, let's step up and help our community. And the one thing I love about Spokane is, yes, we're a city and we're a larger community, but we're still a town that steps up.
Yeah, so true.
And that makes a difference, doesn't it?
True.
Yeah, so very true. Thank you for coming in today. Thank you
so much, Kent,
for what you're doing. All right.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back and talking about the Stand Down program next.
Hi, this is Tim Lane with State Farm with your quick winter tip. One of the most common questions I get is about trees and who's responsible for a fallen tree or branches. The answer comes down to negligence. If your neighbor's tree falls and damages your home, vehicle, or personal property due to a weather-related incident, then your insurance company would cover that as a non-fault loss. If you can prove negligence against your neighbor, city, or county, then they are legally responsible for your damages. If you have any coverage questions or would like a second opinion on your insurance, call my team and I at Tim Lane State Farm at 509-926-5135.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
Hi, this is Kurt Stockwell with Well Dressed Walrus. We are a local website design and development company here in Spokane. What we do is build beautiful, usable websites for local businesses. A website needs to be beautiful, it needs to be usable for your users, your customers, and yourself. Contact us anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your online marketing.
I had no idea how to be an adult, let alone a mom. I grew up in over 20 foster homes, so I partied to escape. I wanted to change, but I had no idea what to do. UGM showed me that healing begins with the heart, with understanding how much we are loved by a good God. My kids and I started over with a whole new foundation. Real people, real change. Union Gospel Mission.
One of the things going on this month is a stand down program. We're counting the number of homeless out there, but more importantly, we're talking about counting some homeless veterans and so forth. And with me today is Dave Lucas. And Dave, welcome. How are you today?
Doing well, and excited to talk about this that's coming up and let our community know about it.
Let's give the audience a little background on you. You have a connection with the Marine Corps, don't you?
I am. So yes, I am a retired Marine Corps officer, and I did just under 22 years and retired and moved here to Spokane to raise 2 little boys.
Yes, great. Well, thank you for your service.
No, it was my honor. It's a great country, and everybody, veterans love to do it, and we believe that the community and the folks that we stand up for are worth it.
Yeah.
So it is a great...
And it's time for us as a community. There are things that I hear a lot, and you know this from working with us, that I have a great place in my heart for veterans and first responders and all of that. And so my answer to this was, yes, let's help promote what's going on. And we have a community that really loves our first responders and our veterans, and often want to know, what can we do to help? How can we... we just came through that election where there was homelessness was one of the issues, and there were a number of things being thrown around and so forth. But I think one of the common denominators from many of those running for office was it's not about a quick fix, it's about finding the right fix for these folks, and especially for our veterans who have served us. We need to stand up. So we're talking about standing up for them, but there's the stand down program. What is that? Explain that, would you?
So a stand down is a bit of a historical reference. So when a unit would finish a major operation, they would have a stand down and they would rest and refit. So this is an opportunity, and it's gone nationally. The Veterans Administration runs these all over the country.
Okay.
It had traditionally been to reach out to veterans in a rural community, but here it's an opportunity for us to connect with our veterans and really across the community. So yes, we're going to connect with our homeless veterans, but really connect with our veterans across the board, and our veterans that want to get involved and volunteer. There'll be a lot of veterans that will come and have lunch and share a meal with veterans and just connect, reestablish some of that comradeship, that camaraderie, and that closeness that veterans miss when they leave the service.
And part of that sometimes leads to the PTSD and all of that too, of being isolated, right, when they come home.
It does. It's a big transition. And
Yes.
certainly we've had periods where our country has not done a good job. I mean, you look at what happened after the Vietnam War.
Exactly.
And so this is an opportunity, I think, for the community to connect with our veterans. And there'll be a ton of resources. We've got over 40 community partners that are going to come and support.
Really?
We've had numerous sponsors, and I certainly, if we get a chance, I'd be happy to go through and recognize some of those sponsors.
Yes.
But it's an opportunity for the community and other veterans to sit down and connect with our veterans and help both our homeless veterans, but also any veteran that might need to connect to resources or reconnect with that comradeship in another veteran and get some support and a kind of an appreciation from our community.
You mentioned a luncheon. Is that kind of the key to all of this, of getting people in one place at one time? Or is that just one part of it?
That is certainly one of it, and
Okay.
that is certainly one of the things that helps. Folks are always interested in that, but and that's a shout out to our Spokane Food Truck Association.
Okay.
They're going to do the meal for all our veterans.
Wow,
and they're going to cover all of
congratulations.
that. So I mean, we've got some really neat partners that have
Yes.
come out. We've got the Spokane First Board has come out. Rotary 21 has come out and donated. We've had Grand Canyon University. I mean, there's been numerous groups that have come out.
Let's give a shout out to a couple of them, okay?
So VFW Post 51 of Vista, the Elks Lodge number 288 here in town actually went out and wrote a grant for this program to help support and donate. Pepsi's providing the drinks. Healthcare Resource Group. I mentioned the Greater Spokane Food Truck Association, United Healthcare, the Hilliard VFW Auxiliary 1474, and they're also going to do the Color Guard and the American Legion. And then, as I mentioned earlier, Grand Canyon University. Krispy Kreme is going to be donating donuts.
I was going to guess. I think I know what they're going to do.
Rotary 21, all Medicare. The West Central Community Center is going to be where we're hosting it.
Wow.
North 40 is giving some gear that we're going to raffle off and give to some of our veterans. Girl Scouts of Eastern Washington and Northern Idaho, they're doing Girl Scout cookies and so sports clips, doing haircuts. Dynamite Enterprise is helping with in-kind for the T-shirts for our volunteers. So a lot of great folks, as well as I mentioned, over 40 different community resource partners that are going to come and help do things, connect veterans to resources, whether it's a housing issue, whether it's energy, whether it's...
So kind of one-stop shopping in a way,
and
right?
that's the goal. So a veteran who needs any type of resource could show up. Legal support. We've got the base SJA. We've got local law communities helping with that. I mean, as I mentioned, healthcare folks, tools for troops, Eastern Washington 211. I mean, the list is actually very extensive of the number of folks that are going to be doing things. I mean, even Tyson, who was here earlier, Teen and Adult Challenge, are going to be there as well to reach out to veterans. Well, as I mentioned, we'll have the VA mobile clinic. So there will be a lot of opportunities for veterans to connect.
How did you get involved?
Well, as you can imagine, supporting our veterans is a passion.
Yes.
And so I
kind of knew that.
So sitting in another group, the Veterans Leadership Subcommittee, which is part of the Community of Care group that really works across the entire county and city to try to help with homelessness, and as you mentioned, veteran homelessness. And so was asked to sit on the planning committee for this, and it's kind of grown. In addition to helping with the planning, I've also become asked to be the MC for the event, and so it's grown a little bit, and that's kind of segued into at the end of the month, which we'll talk about in kind of the third section.
Yes,
is the Homeless Connect, which will be at the convention center on the 30th. So there's these kind of series of events going on right now.
Yes,
really an opportunity for our community to really reach back. And I think with our veterans in particular, a real opportunity to say thank you and recognize the service and sacrifices that they have made and really show that the community does care and that they appreciate what they have done for us.
Now, when is this event?
So this event for the Veteran Stand Down is going to be on Saturday, January 25th at the West Central Community Center from 10 to 3.
Okay. Are you still looking for volunteers?
So volunteers can certainly sign up, and so you can certainly do that reaching out through either Goodwill or Volunteers of America, who's helping coordinate some of that, as well as through the city. So you go to the city website or our Facebook page as far as means to do that. And worst case, if you just say, hey, I really want to go down and help, show up.
Okay.
we'll put you to work.
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be opportunities to
Oh,
do
I
things.
know. As
Or
a
if somebody,
former lieutenant colonel,
Yes.
you'd put them to work.
We'll find
okay?
something for somebody to do. And same thing with donations. I mean,
Yeah.
certainly we've had a ton of great community sponsors.
I
But if somebody
am
wants to get in-
absolutely blown away by the way this community has stepped up. And congratulations. I knew they would, but some of the folks that you've listed, I've not heard of being involved in too many things before. And so you've got a fantastic group stepping up. And I'm so proud of our community for doing that.
And it is. I mean, we
Yeah.
as a community and we as the Veterans Leadership Subcommittee
Yeah.
want to support our veterans and allow them to find their
Absolutely.
success.
Yes.
Whatever
Yes.
that is. And so this will give them an opportunity.
They've served us. It's time to serve them.
Yep, and help them to find whatever that success is. And
Right.
so whether it's getting them out of homelessness,
Yeah.
helping them with a legal issue,
Yeah.
helping them with a counseling issue, maybe it's just connecting with that comradeship again
I
and
was
sitting
gonna
down
say,
and having a meal and getting a chance to
That
connect.
can mean so much.
It can,
You know?
especially when you come from an organization where it is so trusting, you're so connected
Yes.
every day of your life, then to leave that
Right.
and to find an area where you don't have that.
Yeah.
And so for many veterans, that's part of that struggle that they face is
Yes.
to go from an area where you're really connected and you feel that trust every day to being on your own.
Well, Dave, thank you for doing this. Thanks for bringing it to our attention. Thanks for the call out to the community to come help serve, because this is a way we can help. We often wonder how we can help serve our veterans. And some of us sometimes feel very inadequate. How do we say thank you? This is a way people can do that.
And it is. And if you don't make it to this, there's plenty of opportunities. Remember to always thank them.
Yeah.
And for their service and sacrifice. And just take a minute. Sometimes veterans love to tell you about what they've
Yeah.
done. But if not, just thank you for your support and thank you for your service and have a great day.
Thank you for you and for those that were under you and served across the nation for your service to
No,
our
my
country.
honor. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the Pulse of Spokane.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. Here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Welcome to Tom Sawyer Country Coffee.
Tom Sawyer Country Coffee only roasts the finest organic coffee for our signature blends. Enjoy a cup at our coffee shop and local businesses and organizations across the region.
I'm Tom Sawyer, and we choose the Pacific Northwest.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
I'm Jade Becker, and I'm a senior at Chewilla High School. I'm at STCU's Money Live event. In this scenario that we played today, I was a realtor. My spouse was a city worker. We had an 11-month-old child, and there was a lot of spending for that child, like diapers and formula, and had to buy toys and clothing. I'm very glad that I had this experience. It was super helpful. You need this to get far and ahead in life. I'm Jade Becker, and STCU is here for good.
Pulse of Spokane is produced in Spokane, Washington by SpokaneTalksMedia.com, which is solely responsible for its content. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You, Well Dressed Walrus, Spokane Firefighters Local 29, Creative Music Learning Center, and North Idaho Events. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or hear this program again on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com.